Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Michael Bruin. Thank you for watching. Local leaders were asked about the Kirwan Commission and gave their insights into how it could impact schools in Montgomery County. Here's what they had to say.
The commission, as people know, worked for almost 3 years doing a really in-depth study, trying to understand how we can adapt the best practices for the best performing school systems in the world to Maryland. And through our rigorous research, we ended up with 5 big policy areas.
The Kirwan Commission recommendations are truly a blueprint for how to change our education paradigm, not only in the state of Maryland, but nationally as a whole. We're hoping that this can actually serve as a catalyst for change of our education system.
The Kirwan Commission amplifies, I think, a lot of the work the college is doing. One, in terms of support for students, oftentimes who are most at risk, and then certainly, secondly, building capacity in the educational system. How do we produce more teachers who are well qualified for the students they're serving today? So both of those things, I think, work well with the mission of community colleges, ensuring that the mission is amplified by serving everyone and making sure that we're trying to meet the needs of the community that we serve.
We're talking about over $3 billion over the course of 10 years. It's a huge investment, but the reality is, can we afford not to make this investment? When you look at the average cost of incarceration, which is somewhere around $70,000 a year, when we talk about healthcare disparities and folks on Medicare and all the social services programs that we need to provide for people who aren't making a livable wage, those kinds of things are costs that we have to subtract from the actual cost of Kirwan, because in reality, we won't have to pay those if we have people who are better prepared to be able to be successful in the workforce.
I think the big thing that I took away from this conversation is the need to really understand what the report says and to understand the implications of the recommendations, and most importantly, the implications if we don't do them. I think oftentimes we get caught up in this idea of saying, oh, this is what it's going to cost right now, or this is what it sounds like right now. Oftentimes people haven't read the report, they haven't read the legislation to understand the nuances, and last but not least, the impact if we don't do this work, and we prepare for that as well.
We've got to make education more of a priority in our state if we hope to continue to be a really strong, robust economy, and to give every kid in every zip code a chance to pursue the American dream.
This week on the county's Spanish language radio show, Lorna spoke with Procurement Director Ash Shetty. That particular department has been going through a lot of innovation in order to fast-track processes and make the contracting process more accessible to potential new companies, especially those headquartered in the county.
Somebody came and said that the size of our solicitations is overwhelming. When you look at a 300-page document and then you have to, that's just to understand what work needs to be done, and then you have to fill out 300 pages to get the job, it felt daunting. So what we did is we created a 1-paragraph summary of the job that needs to be done. Now, instead of looking at a 300 or 150 page, to be more precise, document,
150.
You now have to look at a 3-sentence paragraph. And if you like what you read there, you can download 8 pages that tell you specifically what the job is. So now again, you've gone from 150 to 8 pages. This way, you don't have to wake up at 4 in the morning and plan to drink 2 cups of coffee over making a simple decision of whether I'm in or out. 1 paragraph the night before makes you decide if you want to wake up the next day and read 10 pages. And I think that will bring a lot of people in the door.
The Office of Procurement invests approximately $1 billion annually purchasing products and services from the private sector. $250 million is set aside for local small businesses reserve program. If you're interested, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/pro or visit the procurement offices located at 255 Rockville Pike. It's important to highlight that as part of its new innovation initiative, the Office of Procurement is hosting an open house the 3rd Wednesday of each month from 10 to 11 a.m. This is an opportunity for business owners to directly ask questions to office staff. March is Women's History Month, and to celebrate, the Montgomery County Commission for Women invites residents to participate in its 4th annual Girl Power Contest. Here to tell us more is Nicole Drew, the president of the Montgomery County's Commission for Women. And Nicole, welcome to the show. Tell us more about this contest.
Thank you. Well, I am so excited to be here to announce the Commission for Women's Girl Power Contest. This year, for the month of March, we invite you to help us celebrate the power of women. And as we commemorate the 100th anniversary of the passage of the 19th Amendment and women's fight for the right to vote, we invite you to answer this question. What barriers do you think still exist for women and girls, and how would you help break them? And you can submit a short story, a poem, a drawing, or any other ways that you'd like to express your creativity to answer this question. And this contest is open to all county residents of all ages. And our winners will be invited to be our special guests at one of our meetings. So get ready, March is right around the corner, and our commissioners are so excited to welcome your submissions.
Nicole, thank you. What a great idea and a great contest. For more information and to submit entries for the 2020 Girl Power Contest, go to www.montgomerycountymd.gov/CFW. Montgomery County is hosting the We Thrive Women's Entrepreneurs Conference on Thursday, March 19th at the Silver Spring Civic Building. This educational conference will include leadership, marketing, and resources tailored to 3 business tracks: creativity to start, confidence to scale, and courage to soar. For more information about the agenda, featured speakers, and to register, visit washingtondc.score.org/wethrive. Tax season is here, and we want to remind county residents that the county's VITA program returns to assist residents with free income tax preparation. Individuals and/or households that made $56,000 or less in 2019 qualify for the free tax service. IRS certified volunteers assisted over 2,000 residents last year with locations in Silver Spring, Wheaton, Germantown, and Gaithersburg. For more information, you can visit montgomerycountymd.gov/cashback or call 311 to make an appointment. Here's a great way for you to help out during the election process. The Montgomery County Board of Elections needs registered voters to serve as election workers at polling places. This is for the 2020 primary election that will be held on April 28th or during early voting from April 16th through the 23rd. Voters with bilingual fluency are really encouraged to apply, especially if they speak Spanish. Students who are 16 years or older can register to vote and serve as election workers. By doing so, students can earn up to 25 student service learning hours or $210. To apply, text the word SERVE to 77788, or for information, you can visit the website 777vote.org or call 240-777-8533. Coming up on County Report this week, local hockey fans got a special visit, and a new bowling lounge bar and grill is opening in Silver Spring. Stay with us. County Report this week. We'll be right back.
The Montgomery County Office of Human Rights is hosting the Ultimate Civil Rights Movement History Tour. This bus tour, called the Civil Rights Educational Freedom Experience, retraces the steps of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights heroes. The tour takes place from April 18th through the 26th. For more information about the trip, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/human rights.
How do I take the 2020 census? In March 2020, every address in the country will receive an invitation to complete a simple questionnaire. And there are 3 ways to respond. Number 1, do it online. Number 2, call by phone. Number 3, send it by mail. For those who don't respond, a census taker from your community will follow up and assist you. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Michael Bruin. More than 500 fans lined up to meet Capitals Defenseman John Carlson in Olney. My MC Media's Deidre Byrne has more.
Thank you. Smile. I got my picture and my jersey. I am a diehard Caps fan. My wedding was half Capitals themed because it ended up being Game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So any chance that we get, I will be to meet a Capital.
Get what you want, you know?
He's just an all-around great guy. I love that he was so dedicated for staying in the DC area when he got his contract extension, and he's just a nice guy.
He's a good defenseman. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool experience, and it was just fun.
Today I was waiting in line. Actually, I got lucky. Somebody was leaving and they let me take their spot. So, but compared to most people, that was lucky.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
And I was at the outside the Capitol Arena, Capital One Arena, when they won the Stanley Cup the first time. Well, Like, I think it was game 5, and it was just, everything was ecstatic out there, the whole energy and everything. So I had the memorabilia still, so I was like, I'll come back out and get it signed.
The Eleanor opened its second location on Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring. It's an arcade, bowling lounge, and a bar and grill.
So a few games that we have immediately, we have 5 bowling lanes that are open up to about 8 people per lane. We also have 2 skee ball machines and about 4 or 5 or 6 different arcade games as well, like a pinball machine and regular little fighting games. And in the corner right here, we have a big buck shooting game as well. It's different because it's something that you've never seen before. It has a touch of home, but it also has a touch of, again, fellowship and bringing adults around. Every adult has that small inner child in them, so it's always good to have a safe space for adults to come out and let that inner child out. And I think that's what sets the Eleanor apart from every other arcade.
National Consumer Protection Week is a time to help people understand their consumer rights and make well-informed decisions about money. Between March 1st and March 7th, drop by the Montgomery County Public Libraries and learn how to avoid common scams and about the services the Montgomery County Office of Consumer Protection provides. For more information, go to montgomerycountymd.gov/consumer. As we close out our celebration of Black History Month, MyMC Media's Jordan Lindsay featured the Maryland Black Chamber of Commerce and highlighted their contribution to local economic growth. Here's her story.
Educating, connecting, and advocating for Black businesses throughout the state. That's what the Maryland Black Chamber of Commerce is all about.
We do that by providing training and educational opportunities. We also provide a platform for businesses to connect with each other and collaborate together on various business initiatives or to do business together.
MBCC's Elaine Miata says starting, sustaining, and growing successful Black businesses in Maryland is their main goal.
I think a Black Chamber is so important for Maryland, especially because Black businesses face different challenges, and it's important that they get a level of support to not only start their businesses, but sustain and grow their businesses that is quite different from those of mainstream businesses.
The organization has about 200 businesses in the chamber throughout Maryland. 50% of their membership is based here in Montgomery County.
I think the value of MBCC is that you really have a core group of people who that you can see who look like you, who sound like you, who are doing the same thing you're doing, and it inspires you to continue to grow.
Reporting in Rockville, Jordan Lindsay for a County Report this week.
All county residents are invited to showcase their musical talents at a live auditions event sponsored by Montgomery County Public Libraries called Make Music Montgomery Contest. Eric Carzone from Montgomery County Libraries is here to tell us more. And Eric, what can you tell us about these auditions?
So the auditions are for Make Music Montgomery, which is going to be the live performance component of, just for the record, a vinyl day, which is happening on April 18th at the Silver Spring Library. So in order to get into the contest, we have 2 different ways to audition for it. There is a live audition at the Twin Brook Library on March 2nd at 6:30. And you can also just submit a digital file in any common format. The details for what we're looking for are at mcpl.events/vinyl day. I can tell you generally what we're trying to do is assemble the most diverse, talented acts in the county. I'd love to see everything from hip hop to opera performed by our county residents and people who work in the county. So we've made the audition process as flexible as possible, and we're looking for a variety of acts, cultures, languages. We do ask that every act can include a live performance of music component in it. But if you have some dance and music, that would be great. But we really look forward. This will be the 2nd year that we're doing this, and we had a great experience last year. So we look forward to seeing your acts. So please see the audition details, and we look forward to your submission.
With that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember, you can find more information about Montgomery County at montgomerycountymd.gov or follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Michael Bruin. Thank you for watching.